Definitely. I think that was a huge part of what drew me to audition for this film to begin with. It's such a beautiful story. It's such a powerful story. It's so important. We were so lucky that George was such a big part of set. Like I was filming my scene towards the beginning of them shooting this movie, and George was there. So it was so cool to meet him, see his perspective on it, hear his story, which is, as he says, like really the film is so close to his story. They really took few liberties, if any. So it was a really special experience, and uh, everyone felt the same way.
And I suppose just looking on from the outside, if you hear the name Honey Badger as a name of an actor or an actress, you're starting to, all sorts of connotations or connotations come to your mind in terms of what could that be? What type of person are we dealing with? Is it a bit of an eccentric? Is it a bit of a maverick? There's so many possibilities in terms of what blows the mind. Maybe you can enlighten us a bit more about Honey Badger, an intriguing name, dare I say, for a character to take on a role of a fictional name. And what is Honey Badger like, and what is her demeanor or her role in The Keeper?
Yeah, so Honey Badger is her trail name, and a trail name is sort of something that people who do these through hikes on these major trails give to themselves or give each other. It's part of the culture of the hikers, and it's a way for them to connect, and it's a jumping off point so many times in the movie. And I believe when people are really hiking these trails, they're asked, "What's your trail name?" and "Why is it your trail name?" So it's a big connector in the story. Honey Badger obviously has a lot of connotations. I think of it as being someone who's really fierce and strong, and to me, that gave me sort of an idea about why she was hiking the trail. Someone who's through hiking the Appalachian Trail, it's over 2,000 miles. So there's got to be a real sense of strength to do that. And Honey Badger in the film and me personally were civilians. I'm not a veteran, although a lot of people who worked on the film are, a lot of the cast and crew are. And so my role in the story was sort of to be a person that the keeper can raise awareness with. I ask questions about why he's doing this. I listen, and my group of hikers are kind of trying to figure out, more about his story and how we can help. And a big part of it is just the awareness factor.
Mm. And I suppose obviously you're dealing with someone and you're dealing, as I mentioned, a cast and crew that have all of an experience or a liking towards trekking and hiking and sorts of stuff. Tell me, was it a universe or a genre or a team that you had much of a background interest in yourself? And dare I say, are we doing with close-up shots where you're captured walking for maybe a minute or two and then the camera spans off you, or did you have to maybe do a bit of work, dare I say, in terms of stunt work and maybe having one or two pilgrimages, dare I say?
So I didn't have to do any crazy pilgrimage, although others do in the film. Angus definitely does have some very gorgeous shots of him in these unbelievable locations. I shot on the Appalachian Trail, which was so cool. That was another thing that really drew me to the film. I remember them asking, I think, in the audition process, if we had hiking experience, and I do. I don't have that level of hiking experience, but I do love being outdoors and being on hikes. And we shot like into the trail, we were driven, the van drove us, and then we had not too long of a hike to get to the location that we were shooting on, although it was quite buggy that day. There was a lot of, I remember you would say a line or breathe in, and like bugs were just coming at us because it was right after a hurricane actually in Maine. So all of this crazy weather was definitely a component, but there are some really gorgeous, gorgeous shots in this film that people should definitely be on the lookout for.
And what's it like in terms of as an actress to having a movie experience where you're basically shooting on location, dare I say, in terms of there's no house, there's no car, there's no loft, there's no scene, there's no stage, dare I say. You're out with the elements, out with nature, dare I say, and that is your backdrop, that is your sort of third wheel, your third dimension. What's it like to, as an actress, to be, dare I say, cast in the wilderness in terms of shooting it from start to finish, that there was no sort of pit stop along the way?
To me, that was so exciting. I think it makes my job so much easier, right? Like, there's no needing to make up or imagine the world that we're supposed to be in. We're in it. And being able to play in that environment and really be there is fun for me personally, as like just myself. I had never been to that part of the Appalachian Trail in Maine, but also helps tell the story in a way that I couldn't without being there.
Okay. And Carrie, before we had a general sort of chit chat before we came on air, and you mentioned one or two other projects that are in the pipeline for you that might be coming our way to our TV screens, or movies, or laptops, or whatever streaming portable devices in the near future. And you might enlighten us in terms of what you can tell us in terms of disclosure.
Yeah, so The Keeper is out now on Amazon Prime. Everyone should go watch it. It's such a powerful story. I'm also playing Carla in season 2 and 3 of After Forever, which is another beautiful, beautiful series about grief and love. And yeah, it's won a few daytime Emmys, and season 3 hopefully will be out soon for everyone to watch. And I'm in a short called Concept High that was written and directed by Amos Posner that's doing the festival circuit. It premiered in New York and was at the Austin Film Festival, and that'll be making its way around. Got some plays in the pipeline, working on a movie this month and next. So lots of exciting stories coming out.
And dare I say, it would be surpassed to me if I finished on a note without mentioning your roots and your heritage. And Keating, dare I say, it's a surname that has travelled a lot throughout the counties of Ireland. And you might enlighten us where the linkage comes for you in terms of the link to the Emerald Isle and to your current home.
Yes, my mom's dad has Irish roots that he was very, very proud of. So very lucky to have that passed on to me.
Okay, perfect. And Carrie, before I let you go, you might enlighten all our audience, all our